Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, textbooks sprawled open, yet your mind, it's on a world tour. Sound familiar? It's the age-old struggle, the Everest of academia, the marathon of the mind, staying focused during studies. But let's flip the script for a moment. When you're in the throes of your favorite video game or engrossed in that gripping novel, do distractions matter? Not a chance. So here's a thought. If you can focus on your favorite activities, why not your studies? Ever noticed how time flies when you're doing something you love? That's the power of passion. It's a force that pulls us in, making us lose track of everything else around us. When we're engrossed in an activity we're passionate about, distractions fade into the background. Our minds zero in on the task at hand, and before we know it, hours have passed. That's the kind of focus we're going for here. Now you might be thinking, but I'm not passionate about my studies. And that's okay, not everyone is. But here's a thought. Try to find aspects of your studies that you do enjoy. Maybe it's the challenge of solving a complex math problem, or the thrill of discovering new historical facts. Find that spark and fan it into a flame. When you learn to love what you do, focus comes naturally. Every big achievement starts with small steps. It's crucial to appreciate those fleeting moments of undistracted attention during study sessions. You see, it's not about marathon study sessions, but more about the quality of focus in short bursts. So, when you manage to stay focused, even if just for 10 seconds, pat yourself on the back. Celebrate that. Because every increment of focused study time is a step forward. It's progress. It's growth. Remember, every second of focused study is a victory. Before we dive into minimizing distractions, let's talk about something we often overlook: breaks. Yes, the power of breaks. It's not always about going full throttle. You see, our brains aren't designed for prolonged periods of intense focus. That's why it's essential to schedule short breaks during your study sessions. These breaks serve as a mental reset, preventing burnout and maintaining the quality of your focus. Think of it as a small reward for your mind. Maybe you could stand up, stretch, hydrate, take a short walk, or even meditate. Just remember to set a timer and stick to it, or else your 5-minute break might turn into a half-hour YouTube rabbit hole. And speaking of focus, can you focus on that subscribe button and give it a click? It'll help you stay updated with more tips like these. In a world buzzing with notifications, finding silence can be a challenge. Now, let's talk about distractions, those sneaky little interruptions that can derail our focus train. The usual suspects: social media and mobile phones. One moment you're knee-deep in study, the next you're lost in the labyrinth of likes, shares, and endless scrolling. So, how do we combat this? Well, it's simpler than you might think. The first step is recognizing these distractions for what they are. Once you're aware, you can take practical steps to minimize them. Consider creating a study sanctuary, a space free from the noise of the digital world. Put your phone on silent, or better yet, leave it in another room. Close those extra tabs on your computer. Anything that isn't related to the task at hand, let it go. Remember, it's all about creating an environment that supports your focus, not hinders it. The fewer the distractions, the greater the focus. Focus isn't a one-time act. It's a habit, a skill you build over time. Just like learning to play the piano or mastering a new language, developing the art of focus requires practice. It's about training your mind to return to the task at hand, even when it wanders off. And trust me, it will wander off. The mind is a curious explorer, always yearning to venture off the beaten path. And that's perfectly normal. The trick lies in gently guiding it back time after time. Instead of chastising yourself when your mind strays during a study session, think of it as an opportunity to strengthen your focus. Every time you redirect your attention back to your studies, you're doing a mental push-up, building that focus muscle. It's a process, a journey of cultivating a habit, and with each step, you're getting better at it. Remember, the mind is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Before we move on to our conclusion, let's take a brief detour into the realm of meditation. Yes, you heard right, meditation. And no, it's not all about sitting cross-legged on a mat chanting Om. Meditation can be as simple as focusing on your breath. This, dear viewer, is an invaluable tool when it comes to enhancing your focus. Consider this. Before starting any task that requires concentration, take a few minutes to just sit and breathe. Close your eyes and focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Feel your chest rise and fall, your lungs expand and contract. Let yourself be fully present in this moment, letting go of any lingering thoughts or distractions. This brief pre-study meditation can work wonders. It's like setting the tone for your mind, preparing it for the focused effort that's about to come. It's a reminder that this is a time for concentration, for attention, for focus. And the beauty of this technique? You can do it anywhere, anytime. No special equipment needed, just you, your breath, and a few quiet moments. Remember, a calm mind is a focused mind, and sometimes all it takes is a few deep breaths to get there. So, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the landscape of focus, from understanding its power and the role passion plays in it, to celebrating the small victories of undistracted moments. We've identified the distractions that lurk in the corners of our study environment, and we've learned how to minimize them to create a space conducive to learning. We've also delved into the nature of the mind, acknowledging its tendency to wander, and we've realized that focus is not a one-time act, but a habit that we can cultivate. We've offered strategies for continuously bringing the mind back to the task at hand, and we've even explored the benefits of a brief pre-study meditation. I encourage you to practice these techniques, to enhance your focus during studies, and to remember that it's a journey, not a destination. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, you'll love our next video. 3 daily habits to boost your mindfulness in just 10 minutes. Stay tuned.